Hey guys, Double Wide 6 here, and for today's video we put together Matthias Wandel's marble machine. So you may have seen this thing on YouTube, and it's a pretty neat contraption, and I just had to have it. So I ordered his plans and went through and built it, and we'll show you guys how it's working. Yep, keep it going. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Plays music, makes a lot of noise. So I'll just tell you a little bit about my experience. Matthias has a bunch of videos up on the marble machine, so you can learn all about it. But what you do is you crank the handle, and that turns that little gear in the back, which in turn turns the big gear at the bottom, and holes are actually angled in there. And I think Matthias said he designed that off a grain, like a grain mill. And as the marbles go up, they come up to the top, and they roll across that bridge there. They come out on their own, and then they load up and they go into the top wheel, which takes them up top. And then once they get up top, there is this little flip-flop thing. So as the marbles come down, they'll either get distributed left or right. And it's such a simple yet effective method for distributing the marbles. And then you have the bowl. That was probably the hardest part. You had to make that on the lathe. That took me probably maybe an hour and a half to make that bowl. And one hole in the bowl goes down here, and it hits this can, and then it comes off and hits that. And the whole thing's designed to actually make noise. This one down here, this hole from the bowl, when you drop it down, it bounces the other marble across like that. And the last hole, when you drop it, it comes down here, hits this can, and hits the xylophone. Now, this thing here, he calls the dump-o-matic. That fills up with marbles and dumps, and actually has like a little counterweight on the back. And on this side, there has this nail thing, and it really evenly distributes the way the marbles go. So they can either go down there or down through this iron clanger. Hits that, and then it goes down that zigzag. I added a little extra symbol there. And I'll tell you, the only changes that I made to his plans are, instead of angle iron, I used these pipes I had laying around. They actually have holes in them because they were for chair legs, and I just kind of cut them off and stuck them on there. I don't know if they're quite as loud as the angle iron, but you know, they sound pretty good, so I just left them on there. This thing's a xylophone, so it makes a nice pitch noise when that dump-o-matic dumps on there. This thing, a clanker thing, you can see it has a hole in there. The cans are different sizes, so that makes, you know, different noise than that. And overall, it was a pretty good project. I think it took me like somewhere around 40 hours, believe it or not. When you order the plans, which were absolutely excellent, if you take a look, you can see like there's some paper that's still on that gear. You glue the paper onto the wood, and then you cut most of the stuff out on the bandsaw, and he even has videos that go along to show you how to do everything without using any fancy tools. The only one that you really need besides a bandsaw is a lathe. I made a couple mistakes when I built it. The major one that I made is I put the floor up too high in the box. I set that back little gear in place, and I drilled the hole through the front for the handle, and I didn't realize I had it up too high. So I do lose some marbles once in a while. And I also had to pitch some stuff a little bit higher. So I had to add these little angle blocks here on the xylophone, and this might be on a slightly more pitched angle, and same with this clank box back there to sand a little off the bottom. Another thing that I didn't quite do right is I used a threaded rod that runs all the way through here to that little gear, and the problem with that is the threaded rod, the handle wants to catch it and move either forward or back. So I wound up having to put some jam nuts in there to hold it, lock it in place. And on Mateus's design, he has this looking much nicer. I wound up having to actually weld the bolt because this bolt kept coming loose because of the threads. But anyhow, I didn't do that right, and I'll probably end up redoing the handle. But overall, the thing was a pretty neat project, and it was actually a lot of fun to make. I didn't go through and stain anything, but you know, he even has like finger joints in his plans. He also has a 3D Google SketchUp pattern that you can look at, and all the patterns are full size, so you can just print them out and cut them out. So overall, it was a pretty easy project, and just like any project, you learn a few things along the way by doing it. So we'll show you it running one more time. So overall, this was a really good, fun project, and the plans were excellent, and the videos were excellent. And what I will do is put a link to Mateus's website or his Marble Machine 2.1 videos. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.